I woke up, it was 7, waited till 11 just to figure out that no one would call. I think I've got a lot of friends, but I don't hear from them. What's another night all alone? When you're spending every day on your own, and here it goes. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares 'cause I'm alone and the world is having more fun than me. And maybe when the night is dead, I'll crawl into my bed, staring at these four walls again. I'll try to think about the last time I had a good time. Everyone's got somewhere to go, and they're gonna leave me here on my own. And here it goes. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares 'cause I'm alone and the world is having more fun than me.
The type of social networks that I am in is Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, and I think that's it.
Facebook.
Facebook and MySpace.
Formspring, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, IMVU, High Five, just a lot of other ones. I can't really.
I don't really log on. I have a little widget on my phone that shows me all the updates, but I really don't read them or anything. I guess it's just a trend thing.
People who don't have a life use those networks.
I like to keep up with my social life on there. I'm on there most of the day, so.
I guess it's helpful if you don't see those people a lot, but even then, you really don't have a real relationship with them.
Just for the hell of it, because I have nothing better to do.
Something I do when I'm bored.
I'm usually bored unless I'm on those sites, and I think it's a helpful tool because I can just get on it and talk to people about problems and stuff like that. It helps you talk to people easier, and it's just better because you can talk to people about anything. You don't have to worry about what you're gonna say or act looking stupid or stuff like that.
So say, for example, you're at the mall or something, and somebody they added you, and you don't know, you see them. So say you go up and say hi to them or something, and they pretend like they don't know you. So then you're like, oh, all right, I guess I'll just go ahead and delete them when I get home because they ignored me. So then you go home and they'll comment on your profile or something, send you a message saying what's up. So I guess you can say it's a little fake.
People I don't know too much, I get to know them a little better.
My first MySpace account, yes, I went wild with that and just added everybody.
I don't really know most of them, and there's some that I just add just because, just the more the merrier.
I believe social skills are deteriorating because everybody has that comfortable wall of anonymity that they can rely on because you're not actually interacting with a person. You're interacting with a computer, that the computer interacts with somebody else's computer, that people can interact with that computer. So you have a lot of relays. So I think you don't really talk to people like you should.
They lack the social skills because they get used to chatting so much from just the person to person. But when you're like at actual person to person, like at school or something, they don't talk to each other much because they're around their friends and they don't react the same as they do on like Facebook or such stuff.
I believe that we're improving on our social skills because I've been able to say more things and just do a lot more stuff on them than I have in person, which usually I don't really go out too much anymore, but that's because I can talk more on my accounts and stuff.
There's no social skills involved in social networking, irony behind the name, but because I mean, there's no actual interaction with the person, so therefore there's no intimacy that is required to be able to build an actual relationship.
I don't think I find myself obsessing with these things. I like to keep up with things. I don't really think of it as obsessing. It's like before they had these sites, if you would go out a lot with your friends, they wouldn't call that obsessing. This is the same thing. You just don't see people. I think I would be embarrassed if my parents saw something I posted online because it's just my entire social life on there and I don't want them to see every single thing I say and just it's everything on there.
I only post things that I'm comfortable with. Even then, I really don't post things because of the same reason. If it's personal, I'm not gonna let everybody see it. There's a lot of people that post up things that they won't let anybody see, and they think it's personal because it's their profile and private settings and whatnot. But there's always ways around that stuff. And I mean, once you put it up on the internet, somebody already saw it. So people really need to be careful with what they post on.
I don't have too many photos of mine because I don't want to be like.
You can, if you call threatening harassment, just a couple times, because I guess you talk to a certain type of girls, and those kind of certain type of girls have some type of guys behind them, and I guess those guys threaten you, but they really won't do anything because of that wall I'm telling you about.
Well, I was just, adding some people and there was this one guy and he looked like he was like cute and stuff like that. So I just added him, just to get to know him. And we started talking and he asked me what school I went to and I told him and he said he went to the same school and we just really got to talking and I really started to like him. And then it turns out that he was actually an older man. He was about 15, 20 years older than me. And by that time though, I was already so involved in the relationship because we'd been talking for months that I really didn't know what to do, so I just kind of went on with it. And we kept on talking and we set up to meet and stuff like that, but somehow, I'm not really sure how, the authorities got involved and it was just this huge mess and they ended up arresting him for child harassment. And so I had to go to these classes to get help and he needed help and it was just one big mess.
I think the addiction behind social networking is the fact that you get feedback. It's like a pleasure cycle, I guess. If you get a comment on your photo or a comment on your page, you feel like people are keeping up with what you're doing, so you feel a little bit famous, I guess you can say. People are addicted to it. I guess this century, these new times, everybody wants to be famous, so this is a little way of being famous, and I guess that's why people are addicted to it. You can try to spread knowledge to the ones that are addicted to this social networking and try to get them out of their little addiction, because they really need to be able to go outside and be able to form a relationship with somebody in the world they live in, not in a virtual world where nothing is real.
So it's kind of a separate thing to be able to chat with friends that you should know. You should not use it with just strangers trying to meet other people. Just your own friends amongst each other.
MySpace and Facebook is a waste of time.